Less than a ruler needed here on second down.
Great. Set.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Hurts on first down. Finds a man right side. And he has it right near midfield here. So about a yard short. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Great. Set.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
This is complete, downfield to Smith. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Bringing the offense up to the line, first and 10. It's a design look for Hurts. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Barkley runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Each round of the playoffs, Brock, getting some early points becomes more and more important. And they're on the board here in the divisional round.
Pretty tricky round for a lot of teams to get through, which makes some early momentum, to your point, all the more valuable. They're doing all they can to avoid getting tripped up before that conference title affair.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. This is our last play of the quarter. Here's Swift to start the drive. And they'll bring him down to put an end to this opening quarter. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Looking out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts rolling out to his left. Holding back on it, left side.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something that'll go get that first down. They couldn't do it right there.
On the move, headed right. That's caught by A.J. Brown. They don't get the stop until he reaches that 25-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They run it with Saquon. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by a former Eagle. Here's T.J. Edwards.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to it. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, he's totally flipped the field in the tone of this drive.
Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6.
180, 180. Crowd left, Yeti.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Through the middle. That's him on the quick hitter. And they're going to down it by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Sunday Night Primetime on the other side. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Straight ahead. Here's Barkley. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a big...
The thing about depression, you think your life is over. When I was all alone, you came and changed how I feel. Let me cook. Only you understand me, you fill me up completely. And when I'm self-destructive, you make me feel so pretty. You always pull me closer to let me know that it's real. When I look at you, baby, I get overjoyed. I feel it inside. Finally, I'm happy to be, 'cause I got love. With your baby, I figured out why I'm smiling, nothing can stop me. Finally, I'm happy to be. Need you to know that I'm your #1 fan. I wanna give you my heart. You see the silver.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. But just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Who will punch the 4th and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And able to get this out to the 25. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Looking to put a drive together. Now a guy who went to prep school right here in Philly, DeAndre Swift. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us in.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 88 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect to it for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Hurts. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Good coverage yet again down here by the goal line. Everyone's blanketed, and he's forced to throw it away and try and come up with something on third down.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is third and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. Fourth and goal from the 3. So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty.
That flag, that'll push him back 5. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
The kick by Elliott is good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. And this defense not giving them anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now 2nd and 9. To throw, Williams. He's got this complete to Burton.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing is Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he will have the Bears first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, trying to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it.
And just shutting him off there. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 1st 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Swift will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
2nd down and 6 now. Hurts sets up to throw it. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Still going inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now, he's absolutely shredding them.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This now a 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the Bears, 1st down. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Chicago.
Williams loses the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble out.
T.J. Edwards in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at about the 28. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes, back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Looking to throw is Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked out by Andrew Mukuba. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
That's good.
The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. Boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for two. They'll look to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to let this one go deep. That is incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. Takes it to about the 37.
They still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Working out of the gun, Williams. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a first down. To the air, Williams will try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Second and long. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jalen Phillips. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Williams now from the gun on third down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jalen Phillips drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll look to set up his blockers. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles around the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now back to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. He's going to air one out.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Taken from just outside the 30. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's Williams. Now he's going to step up and run.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago.
Luther Burden.
62 yards.
And the Bears are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will shave one more off this lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, trying to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
He'll try to pick it up himself. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up at 3.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing a line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. Another try for Barkley. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll try and do this himself. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
He'll look to throw.
He'll get this off to Swift.
Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Williams pass. Intercepted.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
At the 31-yard line.
Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Second down and 10.
To throw, Williams.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one we're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can.